All right. Well, I've got some bits and pieces here. Of an accelerator pedal, which I would like to put on here. Now, this might happen and it might not. I'm not sure. I don't even know what these parts are off of. I'm kind of assuming a Model A, but I've never really seen one in a Model A, so I'm not sure. I got it, got it off eBay. It just looked good, so I bought it. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have some way of, opening the throttle just a little bit to start it and then having it go back to idle. Yeah, this might be a stupid idea, but I'm going to mess with it a little bit, and if it looks like it's going to work out, I'll actually drill some holes and do some things. So check back with me. Alright, I've modified this some. This is extra out here just so I got room to adjust it. Then I'll cut it off. But did that. This was actually the pedal. I took off the little pad and put it on the other one. It was actually the lever, but it was flat and I liked that, so I did that with it. And I won't tell you that I actually was trying to bend this and I broke it off. So, but happy accident. So now we're going to just kind of see how this all fits up in there and if it's going to work or not. I don't want to drill any holes until I decide this is really going to happen, because I haven't decided that yet. I'll be back. Alright, this is how far I got today. We've got this much working. This is gonna go through here, probably set about like that, I would say. That gives me a pretty good amount of throw. Then it comes through here. Then there's going to be a bell crank here that'll come down and move this. At least that's the plan anyway. Many a slip between the cup and the lip. So we'll see. So far I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it doesn't do anything. It's probably not right, but I'm pretty happy with it. We'll see what happens tomorrow or the next day or whatever. Yeah. Wish I could straighten that out a little bit right there, but that's cast, and if I try to do it, I'll break it like I did the other one. Alright, nice day. It's, you probably can't see it, but it's kind of smoky here from the forest fires up north and out west. But and we had our own fire down by the interstate yesterday, grass fire. I don't know how that got going. So yeah, I had a little excitement yesterday. Anywho, this is what we were working on yesterday. Our accelerator pedal. Today we have to get from here down to here, or at least we'd like to, in the form of bell cranks and whatnot. So we'll see what we can do. So far I'm liking it, pretty much. Alright, I'll show you how far I've got with this. Here's my bell crank. This rod right here, or strap, whatever you want to call it, has to be re-bent down at the bottom. It's not the way I want it, but that kind of shows you What's going on there? What's going on there? Then we're going to rig something up on here, come back to this, and that's how it's going to work. That ought to do it. Alright, I'm done for today. Well, good morning. Let's see. I'll have to cut this part out. We're working on today again the accelerator pedal, kind of coming up with ideas on the fly here. And yesterday when I was in the house, I made me some bushings for my bell crank. That one goes up there. There we go. This is a rod from the pedal. This is the pivot. But I've got some ideas. I'm kind of, like I say, just making this up as I go. I've got a small little Unimat lathe in the house, in the basement. So I made me some nice bushings for it so that it's not all sloppy and all over the place. I should make some for the rod that goes to the distributor too, because it's pretty inaccurate. Anyways, we will take this over and see if I can drop all the pieces. Okay. Yeah, and there it goes. There we go. There. The only thing is, this is going to have to come out to about there. I'll have to put a spacer of some kind back in there. But yeah, there we go. Alright, that's looking pretty swift. Yeah, after I get a little more progress, I'll show you again. Alright, this is how far I've got here. I got this reconfigured, my bell crank. So if I can get backed out here where you can actually see, we've got that working. This pedal will be right about there, I guess. Right now, I didn't want to butcher this too much, this carb deal. So what I'm going to do is, I cut this off of something, I can't even remember what it held. Something I wasn't using. Anyways, had the right shape to it. So I did that, and I'm going to put it over the bolt that goes through the carb and the manifold. Then there's going to be a pulley right there where my thumb is. And that's going to be this. And some of you might recognize that. That's probably out of an erector set. More than likely. Somehow I ended up with it. I got all kinds of junk like this that I thought I needed really bad, and it's in a drawer. Anyways, I don't know if you can see or not. That's going to set right there on that bracket, and a short cable's going to run from there around the pulley and back to here. Alright, I'll give you all just a minute to catch your breath. I'm hoping this works. Alright, I'll check in with you in just a little bit after I've done a little bit more. Alright, here is my pulley for the cable, and that goes back down in there. I'll be able to show you that better once it's on there, so I'll do that. Alright, I don't know if you can see it back there or not. There's the pulley. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but the cable goes around the pulley, and then it's going to hook to this, and then the cable comes back and hooks into there. This is a cable. It's really nice stuff. It looks small, but it's from an IBM copier, so my Model T leaps into the 21st century. I tore this apart at work one time when we got rid of one. Found a bunch of neat stuff in there I could use. So anyways, and if this doesn't work, you know the drill. You'll never see it. Alright. Alright, well this is as far as I got today. I don't know if you can see what I'm shooting for here or what. Anyways, cable goes around this pulley and opens it up. Alright, we needed a return spring, so I modified a spring that goes down over this part of the casting right here, and I took and put a slit between this cast post and where this goes through, so that spring, I'm having a heck of a time here. There, so that spring would set down. Maybe if I picked it up I could show you better. There. See how that spring nestles down between those two castings? I had to cut that with my cut-off grinder very carefully. So anyways, now it has a return. Now that's just to keep the cable tight and make sure the butterfly goes shut. That's all that's for. There'll be a bigger spring on the actual mechanism to give me feel. And some of you that grew up at the same time I did might recognize that spring. Yeah. Remember the plastic airplanes that Cox Manufacturing used to make? The little 049 on it? Yeah. That's a spring starter. One of my other hobbies. Okay. Alright, we got the carb mounted back on there. And I'll show you, I've got this cable. That's how we're doing it. So far, so good. Now we'll get a spring up to here, and we'll have to put a stop on here. Then we'll have to, I got some this thing for the other end of the cable. We'll see how that works out. So we're getting there. Okay, we got a mount for a spring here, and we got a spring going up here, and there we go. We got a stop right here. I don't know if I'm going to leave that like that or not. I might dress it up a little bit, make it look like I took more than 5 seconds to think about it. Yeah, I like the firmness of that. These carbs are kind of touchy on the throttle, so you know, if you can build in a little bit of resistance, I think that's good. Alright, let's see what happens when we get the rest of this hooked up. Okay, we've got it all hooked up here. Don't have it all buttoned up, but we've got I think it'll work. We'll find out. Now I've got to hook up something here with this rod that can slide in and out on its own. I'm not explaining it very well, but I want to make it so the quadrant throttle will work too. So we'll see what happens. I shut that light off so you can see a little better, but I've got things, well, maybe you can't see better. I've got things adjusted way better now. I think I'm going to put a little peg here to rest my foot on so that I have more control over the throttle, because this is, you don't have to push on that much to really open it up. So I think I don't think my foot would be steady enough without something to kind of rock, you know, your foot's here and you kind of rock down on it instead of pushing down on it like that. Thinking that might work better. Yeah, that works. Yeah. Cable stays tight. Good deal. Alright. Yep. I don't know what's better, light on, light off, doesn't matter. So now we've got to figure out something to where this quadrant throttle will work too. Alright. What the hell is that? I think that needs a tune-up. This quadrant throttle deal, the reason I'm so worried about it is for operations like going into reverse, I think it'd be simpler to have a quadrant. All your forward speeds or whatever, that can be run with the accelerator, and I think it'll feel pretty natural. But and starting procedures where you want to just crack that throttle open a little bit, you're going to want that for that. And if nothing else, then when you get out on the open road, you can always use a quadrant. Take your foot off the accelerator. So you never know, someday I might have a 2-speed transmission in the back too, or high-low, or whatever they call it, Ruxtal, however you say it. And I think the accelerator pedal will work better with that too. This whole thing's just an experiment, so you know, some stuff's gonna work, some isn't. Anyways, pretty happy with it so far. Get the quadrant hooked up and we'll be in business. In show business. Alright, see you later.